What's up, guys? We are back for another episode of Road to Top 10. I believe this is part 7. As always, I have tested the team a bit on my alt before actually deciding to record with it. I am still about 1900 because I think I lost one and I won one, so I'm 1900, which is cool. I don't really want to record me getting. I don't really want to get too high on the ladder. Without it being recorded, especially since this is Road to Top 10, so I definitely should be showing the game. So yeah, anyway, thank you everybody for the continued support. If you can continue to leave likes and comments, I do appreciate that all. And we are nearing the top. I am about 40 points away from top 10, so let me just look for a battle. Before I actually click it, I'm still using sand because I love sand. I love sand high on the ladder. Sand offense is just, it's really good higher up on the ladder. The higher you are, it's really good because it beats offensive teams because of Sand Rush Drill. And then I have like Greninja to break and Venusaur to just sponge up hits. So let me just look for a battle and I'll pause it until I find one. I found the battle. Looks like I'm going to be playing Sticky Web. That's going to be a bit annoying, but yeah, he's probably going to lead off with Shuckle. It probably has Mental Herb as well. Either way, I'm going to lead off with Excadrill because I can threaten it with the Iron Head and potentially get a flinch, which is what I'm going to be going for. I don't care if it's hacks, it's part of the game. You know, that's why you gotta be able to accept that when you play. I have lost games, definitely, in Pokemon. I've been playing for years, so it's expected. And some to hacks, some to other things, but you know, it's part of the game. So either way, he leads off with Shuckle, I lead off with Drill. Gonna go right for the Iron Head because it does have a chance to flinch him and I could 2-hit KO him. I do get that nice flinch. So he is not going to be able to get up Sticky Web this battle unless he wants to switch out into like Thunderous or something to take on this this Shuckle. If I had Stealth Rock, I would have went for it right here, but I don't. Kind of want to predict his Thunderous to come in all honesty, but I'll just go right for the Iron Head once again. That flinch on where's this guy on the ladder? Slash ranking. Noobs abound. Oh, 1772. Okay, but either way, I can 2-hit KO the Shuckle, which means no Sticky Web, no Stealth Rocks. Unfortunate for him, but that's the play I went for. I went for the play that would give me the best possible outcome. So, I noticed you guys noticed that I always click here after I pick a move, or I just swirl around. It's just a force of habit, in all honesty. I'm used to laddering on PO with my friends, and we always like LOL or PK face at each other during the game. So now he ends up going on to his Heracross. Heracross, it's definitely Mega Heracross. It's a threat. I kind of want to save Dragonite for extreme speed priority. I am choice banded as that'll do work versus these two. If I can get rid of H Slash, I'll be in a decent position. And then T-Tar to get up the sand. I'm gonna go out to T-Tar just in case he wants to go for Rock Blast. Either way, I'm using this as Death Fodder just to get up the sand. He ends up going right for close combat. Okay, so I just died right there, as you guys saw. But now I can go into my Greninja and go right for the extra sensory. As you guys see, I am running Haze on this thing, and I also do have a choice band of Talonflame. Basically just to break Baton Pass. If I do end up getting Dennis, I am getting higher on the ladder, so I'm gonna go right for the extra sensory right here. He doesn't really have a switch into this thing. He might go out to his Aegislash, predicting that, but at the same time, I could go for a Hydro Pump, and that would be able to knock out the Heracross after the -1 drop. But he ends up going out to his Greninja, predicting the Extra Sensory. Good play on his part, as now I am weak to Dark Pulse and the Hydro Pump. So I'm going to go out into my Venusaur right here, just to be able to sponge the incoming Dark Pulse or any attack he wants to go for. As he ends up going right for that Dark Pulse. That does a lot. That did way too much to me. Offensive Venusaur. Great switch into Azumarill. Not so great for Greninja. I'm going to attempt to pull a switch back into my Excadrill because I can take the Dark Pulse and then I can retaliate back with the... I can retaliate back. And I was also expecting the extra sensory. So, yeah, we both basically made the exact same play right there. As now I can go right for the Earthquake to knock him out. At the same time, I kind of want to go right for the Iron Head because it would also be able to knock him out. And if Aegislash has a balloon, like it does, I can pop that balloon. That's why Iron Head was my better play right there, because one, it would get off damage on Thunderous to where I can knock him out with Rock Slide. If Aegislash had a balloon, I can knock him out with the Earthquake. and it would also hit Breloom as well as it would knock out Greninja. So I'm going to go for Earthquake on the King Shield right here. And Sand is up for 2 more turns. 1 more turn actually after this turn. So I'm going to go for... Do I want to make a prediction and go for Rock Slide? Earthquake will be able to knock out this Aegislash. Kind of want to make a prediction though and go for Rock Slide. But then at the same time he might just go out into his... He might just go out into his his Heracross, but I'm gonna go for that Earthquake again. He might just make the switch into Thundurus, but I don't really mind that too much. I won't be able to use Drill after this, but if I get rid of Aegislash, if I beat his Aegislash, I can just spam Brave Bird with Talonflame. So I'm actually gonna go for Rock Slide right here, expecting him to want to switch out into Thundurus. As you guys saw, I clicked Rock Slide and I explained my thought process right there for no reason, it seems, because he was able to... Obviously the lag came into play right there. That's a bit annoying, but I can't do anything about that. I'm gonna go for Rock Slide again anyway, as he ends up making the switch back into Aegislash. I don't really know if I agree with that, because Excadrill still outspeeds him at this point, and I want to go for double Rock Slide, predicting the Thundurus, but that's too obvious. So yeah, that's way too obvious. He wouldn't make that play, would he? I don't think he would make that play. That's kind of obvious right there. So I'm gonna go right for the Earthquake. I think it's safer than going for anything else, as I am able to knock out the Aegislash, which means if I can get rid of Thundurus or even weaken Thundurus, I can just spam Brave Bird with my Talonflame. Would have been nice if I had hit that Rock Slide, but I'd rather trade off knocking out Aegislash than getting off damage on the Thundurus, especially when I do have Greninja just chilling right here at 94%. So I am expecting either Breloom or Greninja to come in. Greninja, though, if he goes into Breloom, that forces in my Venusaur, but if he goes into Greninja, I sack Excadrill, and then I get the free switch into my Talonflame to just start clicking Brave Bird. So I'm thinking Thundurus more so than Greninja, but at the same time, he might not have superpower on his Thundurus, so yeah, I don't think he'll go out into Thundurus right here. Oh well. I'll just pause until he makes a move. That way you guys don't have to see all this. He ends up going out to Heracross, which is definitely the safer play out of the two. Just going to go right for Iron Head to get off damage. I unfortunately get a crit on him with the Iron Head, but I'm not entirely sure how much it mattered, to be honest, because I would be able to go out to Talonflame. But now that I did get the crit, though, I am going to go out to my Dragonite and just start spamming Banded Extreme Speeds. He does still have his Breloom that can come in, but I do have Venusaur in the back that can definitely come in on the Spore, any attack he wants to go for. Ah, man. It's a bit unfortunate that I got the crit on his thing, but I ends up going out to Greninja. Does he have Shadow Sneak? Is that what? Even if he has Shadow Sneak, I'm pretty sure Choice Band and Extreme Speed will be able to knock him out. So I'm going to go for it. And Extreme Speed is higher priority than Shadow Sneak anyway. So I'm not really sure what I was talking about right there. So now he ends up going out to his Breloom. Going to switch out into my Venusaur just to take an expected Spore. Even if he goes for Rock Tomb, I'm okay with that, as you guys will see that he is most likely a Sash variant. So going to Mega Evolve just to show off on Mega Venusaur and go right for the... nothing, because it turns out he's most likely Sash. So Talonflame doesn't really do too much, even if he is Sash. I know he's Sash Loom, but either way, I'll be able to go right for the Flare Blitz right here, knock him out, or bring him down to a Sash rather. And if you want to switch out to his Thundurus, if he's not Sash for some reason, I really don't think he's not Sash, I would be able to I'd be able to retaliate. I would be able to get off a hell of a lot of damage on that Thundurus with the Flare Blitz, if not knock it out. So it does turn out he is definitely Sash, which means I'll be able to... Well, I thought he would go for Sport. That way he could try and make some plays. But either way, now I can go out into my Dragonite and go right for the Extreme Speed. He said he probably won. Okay. Without the Shuckle Flinch. Oh. It's part of the game. I can't do anything about that. You can't do anything about that. It's part of the game. So I'm going to be able to go for the Extreme Speed once again right here. I probably would have been able to Rapid Spin those away, but it would have been harder. But at the same time, the reason I'm winning is because of my priority. And these mons are not affected by the by any attack that this guy wants to go for. So I have to go right for the Wild Charge. That does nothing. Breaks my multi-scale though. And now I can go right for the Extreme Speed. And I will be able to knock out his Thundurus. So that was a good game. I did go for the flinch on the first turn, but I went for the play that would put me in the best position if it worked out. Similar to basically that was my best play to go for right there. Going for the flinch. It's ruined by everything. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna stop reading the chat right now. Gonna go right for the I don't care about the full of news part, but hello, this is Poke, and why are you on PS? It is true, I am known for being on PO, and I do love playing on PO better than you know, PS. But either way, yeah, PO has Genesect, which is why I'm not laddering there, and then Showdown is just better to the eye. So I'm gonna look for another battle, and yeah, I'll pause until I find one. Well, look what we have here. I have Baton Pass, which is gonna be well, I made my team to take on Baton Pass, so not really the most annoying thing. I'm gonna lead off with T-Tar because ooh, this guy's putting that on me. Okay, ranking. I just want to see where he is on the ranking, on the ladder, basically. Ranking. Right. Wow. Riley too big. Alright, 1864. This man is climbing, straight climbing. But yeah, I'm gonna lead off with T-Tar as he leads off with Vaporeon because I read the RMT. You definitely lead off with Vaporeon when your opponent has Talonflame. So I should be able to get up my rocks right here. He can pull a switch out into the Zapdos, but I don't really mind that, as now I'll be able to go out into my Venusaur. Now, the reason I'm not going directly into Greninja and hazing is because at the moment it's not needed. At the moment, it is not needed. So I want to be able to weaken his Mons, that way he can't get speed boost anymore. So gonna Mega Evolve and go right for the Hidden Power Fire, as he's more than likely gonna sub or protect right here. And I want to just make sure he doesn't always have a sub. If you guys know what I'm talking about, he's probably gonna, in all honesty, yeah, he definitely went for sub because it would mean that he doesn't, sub means that he doesn't get beaten by Talonflame. So I'm gonna go out into my Greninja right now because I'm gonna go out to Greninja right now because if he goes for sub again, I'll be able to I'll basically be able to ensure that he dies to rocks after that, so he won't have any speed boost this game. And I don't think he's running Quiver on the Smeargle because he might be having a Heart Swap. I read the RMT. I literally read the RMT by Dennis, who's the guy that made this team, or a team similar to this. So yeah, I am going to be expecting the sub right here, as I'll be able to go out into my Greninja. And what I want to do is I'm going to go for Haze, because he's definitely going to Baton Pass out. I wonder how he feels about that. Anything he goes out into will be hazed, and I have up sand, so I'm not really worried about much. I probably should have went for Ice Beam there and revealed it after he switched out. That way he could be like, holy crap. But either way, I should be able to go right for the haze. It goes through the the sub, as now he ends up bringing out his Zapdos. I'll be able to get off the haze, and Zapdos still does have agility, so yeah, that's a bit of a threat, but at the same time, it doesn't usually run attacking moves. So I'm gonna go for Ice Beam right here, as Haze eliminated all those stat boosts. So I'm able to go right for the Ice Beam and definitely outspeed him, as he is gonna go right for Thunderbolt, and he does not get the para, which means I'll be able to pound at him now with attacks from my Talonflame. So I'm actually gonna pull a switch into my Talonflame, predicting him to want to sack his Scolipede right here. That way he can bring in his what's it called? His Vaporeon, and start acid armoring up. So gonna actually pull a switch into my Talonflame, predicting that. That might be a bad play, but he ends up going right for T-Bolt again. Okay, so that was a poor play on my part, as that puts me in a bad position, actually. Yeah, that was a really bad play on my part, but I don't know why he wouldn't do that right there. He'll be able to go down to the Ice Beam and stab Ice Beam, and I did sack my Talonflame. Unfortunately, though, he won't be able to get off the speed anymore, so Gonna go right for Sludge Bomb, as he ends up going right for Sub. I don't care about subs because I outspeed him with any attack I want to go for. I might have just choked right there with my what's it called, my Venusaur, but with my Talonflame, but it's fine. Honestly, I did expect the the smarter play at that point, which was going right for the switch out into Scolipede to sack it. He didn't lose anything from that. He got no boost and he was able to baton pass out. So Zapdos and Scolipede both die to the hazards. I really don't know why he went for T-Bolt again, though. He could have potentially gotten up a chain with his what's it called? With his Smeargle. Not with his Smeargle. In either case, I'm gonna go right out into my Dragonite, as he's able to essentially just get up an Ingrain. And what I'm gonna do right now is actually go for the Outrage, because that will be able to knock him out. And yeah, he ends up getting that Ingrain though, which means Vaporeon can come in, but I'm not worried about Vaporeon. That's why I went for Outrage, because I'm able to weaken the Vaporeon. He could have potentially went out into his Sylveon, but again, I'm not really too worried. I wasn't expecting him to go out to Sylveon right there, because if I set up a Dragon Dance, Sylveon would be wrecked, and the best thing he could do is Hyper Voice. So this is how you beat Baton Pass. One, you counter team it with Haze Greninja and Banded Talonflame, though I guess I figured you wouldn't. But either way, right here, yeah, I guess I don't know. I could have played that better, but in any case, gonna go right for the Outrage again, as honestly, there's nothing else I can do from there. He won't be able to pass Speed Boost ever this game, so he goes for the Combine with his Sylveon, as I'll be able to go out into my Tyranitar once again. I outspeed him. I'll be able to outspeed him this entire game, and at the end of the day, Greninja can always go for Haze, because I'll always be able to outspeed his Espeon. He's never going to be able to get Speed Boost up, so going to be able to go right for the Stone Edge at this point to just get off a hell of a lot of damage on whatever he wants to go out into. Once again, I don't think his Smeargle has Quiver Dance, but unfortunately I miss, as he's able to go right for the Hyper Voice again to knock me out. But now it's fine. I do have my Excadrill. I think this is Dennis on an alt, in all honesty, but Excadrill does come through, get off the 160. I get off the 160 basically base power Iron Head, and at this point it's over, because Earthquake breaks open the ground. Nice PBR reference. Yeah, honestly, I think he had a better shot if he had sacked Scolipede earlier, and he ended up pulling the switch into. If he had sacked Scolipede and ended up pulling the switch into Vaporeon, which is why I double switched into Talonflame. I unfortunately lost it, but yeah, I honestly expected Vaporeon right there. But either way, this is good for me. I'm not complaining. I'm beating Baton Pass. Is this Dennis on an alt? Good game, I guess. Hello? It was a good game. I beat Baton Pass. Nah, but either way, he has no switchings now for this Excadrill. I'm gonna pause it until he decides to think a bit more. No, he uses mine. He made his. Alright, so that's definitely Dennis pretending to be not Dennis. But either way, I'm just gonna pause it. Alright, so he ended up forfeiting. I am now 1930 on the ladder. That is 8 points away from top 10. That is 8 points. Oh, that's 3 points away from top 10. That means I only need to get one more battle and I'll be top 10. I'm also only 90 points away from number 1. Oh, that's interesting. I might actually take that into account. Maybe. Who knows? But alright, I'm not gonna end it. I'm not gonna end it at top 10, okay? I'll go for number 1. I'll go for number 1, okay? But if you want me to go for number 1, thanks, man. Thanks, bro. See, I don't mind people like this. It's when you, I'm not even gonna go into topic, but I really don't mind like people either pushing me on or commenting intelligent stuff, like anything along those lines. Anyway, I will go for number 1, okay? I promise. I'll go for number 1. But you guys gotta leave likes, comments, not likes and comments, but I gotta know that there's support there for me going for number 1. Alright? And I'll even make another promise. After I finish this, I'll go for top 10 in UU. I'm not gonna respond. I'll go for top 10 in UU, and I'll go for top 10 in RU and Ubers and NU. I'm gonna do it in all the tiers, don't worry. But I gotta see the support right there, okay? I gotta see the support. So let me look for a battle right here, and I'll pause it until we get one. Alright, so I have found a game. This is the game to ensure that I get the top 10 slot, basically. He's also running Sanjuro. He actually has a really good team advantage right here, as he has checks for every single one of my mons. Gonna be a bit scary to play this guy, not gonna lie. And in any case, he's gonna lead off with Dragonite, because Dragonite can spam Bandit Outrage early on in the game. And yeah, that's my lead. That's basically what I'm gonna start doing with this Dragonite. I'm just gonna spam Outrage. As long as he doesn't lead off with his Gliscor, I'm in a decent position. And yeah, so let's see how it goes. I'm gonna pause until he makes a move or picks his lead. Oh, and basically, I'm gonna talk one more thing. My win condition right here, Greninja comes through a lot, and so does Talonflame. If I can get rid of his Tyranitar and weaken and get rid of his Gliscor, so that's why I'm gonna be spamming Outrage to support the Banded Talonflame. So I'll just pause it until you find one. I mean, we found one, but until he makes a move. Right, so it ends up leading off with his T-Tar, which is what I wanted, because I'll be able to spam Banded Outrage at this point. If he's Megatar and Mega Evolves, breaks my multi-scale and knocks me out. It turns out he's Scarf Tar, misses the Stone Edge. Doesn't really matter too much, because now he'll be able to knock me out with the second one. So, did not matter, but I was able to essentially just weaken his T-Tar, which is exactly what I wanted right here. So, now I'm going to go out into my my Excadrill, as I will easily be able to outspeed him, and gonna go right for the Iron Head. I'm actually double switching to Greninja, predicting his Gliscor to come in, but at the same time I am on a balloon, so I don't really know what his Gliscor can do to touch me. So if he is sub Gliscor, I just spam Outrages. Wow, no, I did that turn one. I just stay in and go for Rapiton, but he ends up pulling the switch into his Venusaur. I had no reason to switch out right there, simply because I'm on a balloon. He can't touch me. Right here, I am going to predict him to... See, it's hard right here, because if he... I don't want him to break my balloon. And he's definitely going to go for the... definitely going to go for a Giga Drain right here, or a Sludge Bomb. But either way, I'm going to go out to Talonflame, because Talonflame can start spamming the Brave Birds at this point. I'm also weak to Drill, but at the same time, as long as I keep my balloon, I'm in a good position. So, I'm going to pause it until he decides to make a move, or apparently I'm lagging. Alright, no, I'm not going to pause it anymore, but ends up Mega Evolving and going right for the Giga Drain, which is fair play, as now I'll be able to go right for the U-turn, expecting either Gliscor to come in, or he predicts that and ends up going for the Synthesis. So, I guess he was sacking it, but that was a good play on his part. I'm definitely not gonna knock it. So, gonna go out into my Tyranitar. Oh, that was a good play, as he ends up going for the Sleep Powder, and now he's definitely going for Giga Drain again. So, gonna go right back out into my Talonflame, as he ends up going out into his Keldeo. So, I'm not gonna say I predicted that, because I obviously did not. But now I'll be able to just spam Brave Bird at this point. What does this say? Oh, alright, cool. But either way, I can go right for the Brave Bird to be able to knock out his T-Tar, which means that basically both our T-Tars are neutered. His is dead and mine is asleep. That was a good play on his part, predicting me to want to go for the basically double. He ends up going out to his Gothitelle. I am Choice Bandit, so I'm not entirely sure how much this will do to him. But if I get rid of his Gothitelle, I feel I can play riskier with my Venusaur. So I honestly don't agree with this part. I believe this is a choke by him. I really think this is a choke by him letting me weaken his Gothitelle, because like I said, I'll be able to use Venusaur now to my advantage. So this is another thing I hope to do with this series, is show people why certain moves are bad, why certain moves are okay. But either way, I don't agree with this play of him wanting to sack his Gothitelle right here just to trap me, because I ended up going right for the Brave Bird. I can knock him out even if he is Scarf. I'm not entirely sure if Greninja I don't remember if Greninja outspeeds. Either way, I should be able to, I really don't remember if Greninja outspeeds. Either way, I should be able to go out into my Excadrill right here and go right for the Iron Head to revenge kill him right here, as he ends up going out into his Gliscor. Fine by me, as Gliscor is annoying. Gliscor is annoying, but yeah, I don't think he has knockoff. I think he's sub-toxic. So either way, I'm gonna go right for the Iron Head. I get a flinch. A bit unfortunate. I am expecting a protect right here now, so gonna go out into my Greninja, as he ends up going right for the Roost actually. So that's fine by me, as Greninja just comes in, and Sandstorm is gonna end in one more turn. So I'm really not worried about that anymore, as he ends up bringing his Gothitelle as death fodder. I'm good with that. I'm really good with him sacking his Gothitelle right there, because now I'm in a great position. I'm never gonna go out to T-Tar. I'm never letting Sand go back up, because Sand ensures that his drill, which is also probably Sand Rush, I believe, will be able to you know, do work. But yeah, all he has left is Pokemon that die to extrasensory, Hydro Pump, and I gotta hit everything. So I'm in a good position. You messed up when you sacked Gothitelle to Talonflame, in my opinion. But at the same time, he couldn't go out into Excadrill, because he couldn't go out to Excadrill, because if it was on a balloon, that means my thing sweeps him. So I'm gonna go for extrasensory right here. Is it a bad play though, just in case he is Scarf? No, he's not Scarf. He's got his Scarf. Slash damage, slash calc. There it is. Look at me paying attention to what you guys said before. I know Greninja's, I know how much extrasensory does, but I'm gonna see if it's worth staying in. If it's worth staying in. So it does 97 to 115, which means I can knock him out if he's not Scarf. So I'm gonna go for it, as he ends up pulling the switch into Venusaur, I guess predicting my Venusaur. But as you guys can see, extrasensory would have been able to knock out the Keldeo at 94% always. And yeah, I believe I just win from here. So you guys can see I will be top 10. I'm not going to be too confident yet, just because I'm still kind of in a bad. I'm still kind of scared. I need to hit Hydro Pump. It's not worth trying to go for, in my honest opinion. So I'm gonna go out into my Venusaur. Nope. I'm gonna go out into my Excadrill. I want to make him weak enough to the point where I don't have to rely on Hydro Pump hitting. So I'm gonna go out to my Drill, as he ends up going for the Earthquake. And now what I can do is I could go for the Earthquake predicting Keldeo, but I'm gonna go for Iron Head right here, because it will be able to break his balloon, and breaking his balloon and getting off this damage ensures that Greninja's Ice Beam will be able to knock him out. The reason I didn't go directly into Venusaur is because I am offensive, and there's no point in me trying to play around that. So he ends up going out to his Keldeo. Fine by me. I'm guessing I'm putting myself in a position where I'm gonna have to hit Hydro Pump. That's unfortunate. I hate having to play like that. I really want to sack T-Tar, but that's 8 extra turns. That's 8 extra turns of Sand, so it's not worth it. I'd rather sack my Excadrill right here. Go for Iron Head again, just in case he wants to pull a double into his thing. It kind of makes no sense in all honesty, but yeah, in any case, just go for the Iron Head again, as it's my best play, simply because if he does end up pulling a double switch, which is dumb, I'll be able to, you know, knock him out. But he ends up going right for the Scald, which is fine, because now I can go out into my Greninja and go right for the extrasensory to knock him out. Even if he wants to play around me, he has to play around me 8 times. So he ends up going out to his Gliscor, as I get off that 56% with extrasensory. Yeah. Okay. I lose nothing from going for Ice Beam, simply because if he goes out to Keldeo, he's weakening his switch-ins to thing. And I think I'm just going to make it that I go for Ice Beam at the end versus Drill. That way I can go for Giga Drain with my Venusaur. That seems like a win right there. So I'm going to go right for the Ice Beam right here, just to knock out Drill, or even get off the weaken, knock out Gliscor, and even get off more damage on the Keldeo. So at the end of the day, he ends up sacking his Drill. his Gliscor, as now he's going to go out to Drill. I know Ice Beam does a nice amount. I know that. Do I really want to risk losing the game because of that? Alright, so I'm going to go for Ice Beam. I'm going to go for Ice Beam because I can break his, I can break his air balloon, which doesn't do anything, but the main point of me going for Ice Beam is just getting off damage enough to the point where I can knock him out with Giga Drain from my Excadrill. Because right there, I believe I'll be able to win. Oh, from my Venusaur. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm sorry I'm mixing it up. I have a lot of things on my mind at the moment, to be honest. But if I do win this, I am going to be at top 10. Basically, I get a freeze. Ah. Sorry, bro. But if you wanted to win, you'd have to double flinch Vena anyway. That's a funny way to end it, but basically, yeah, like I said, if he wanted to win, he'd have to double flinch Venusaur. That's why I kept my Venusaur at high HP, that way he can never do this. Whatever, if you think he might have won, you know, sorry, you know, I'm sorry, man, but, you know, it doesn't matter at this point. Venusaur had the game unless he, like, double or even triple flinched me, because I'll be able to take any attack. So it's kind of funny, this is, like, the first freeze I got in the road to top 10. Ironic that it happened in what is quote-unquote the last video, but like I said before, I am going to try and go for number 1. A few battles might be off screen, and I might just do the last 2 or 3 battles on screen because, yeah, my Venusaur isn't full defense, but I'd still be able to take any attack from Venusaur plus, from Excadrill plus, Keldeo. So, I'm going to go right for the extra sensory, and that will be able to knock him out. And that puts me at, I'm going to predict how much points I'm going to get. That's going to put me at 1956, alright? I'm going to predict that. Let's see what it actually does. I'm feeling 1956. You're funny, Blurry. See, I guess mostly because of the last video, it was like that because it was 3 a.m. and now it's 3 p.m. So I'm definitely more awake. And, yeah, I guess that was why. But, guys, leave likes. You know, good game. You know, just encourage me to do it. But I got 1942. All right, not enough. Not enough. Not 1956. I was off. Looks like I lose. Yeah, and he only lost 12 points for it. So he gained 12 points for that. I just saw that he gained 12 points. Either way, as you guys can see, I have finally accomplished my road to top 10. I am number 10, 1942. And I'll go for number 1, I promise. But most of these battles, probably from 10 to 5, is going to be off screen. Because I don't want to have to be here for another 2-4 episodes going for number 1. I only got to do 3 or 4 battles and go for number 1. I hope you guys are okay with that. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed this series. Let me know what you guys think. And until next time, later.